You have your research topic, you have your objectives and research questions. Now you open Google Scholar and suddenly you see hundreds of articles. And you are thinking, what am I actually supposed to read? If you have ever felt this way, this video is for you. A literature review is not simply collecting 20 to 30 articles and summarizing each of them. The purpose is to understand what has already been studied, what researchers have found, where they disagree, and most importantly, what is still missing. Suppose the topic is challenges faced by university students in online learning. Instead of saying, I read this article and researchers found this over and over, you have to connect those studies. For example, one study may say that poor internet connectivity is a major challenge. Another may focus on lack of interaction with teachers, and another may find that students struggle with motivation. Instead of writing 3 separate summaries, you bring this finding together and say, previous studies have identified several challenges during online learning, including internet connectivity, limited interaction, and lack of motivation. Now you are actually doing a literature review. And then the most important part. But where does the research gap come from? Once you start comparing these studies, you may notice maybe most researchers studied students in urban university. But very little is known about students in university of rural area. That missing part can become your research gap. So, literature review is not just about showing your supervisor that you have read a lot. It's about understanding what we already know and discovering what we still don't know. So, don't think literature review as simply reading and summarizing. Think of it as having a conversation with previous researchers. What did they find? What did they miss? And where does my research fit? That's what we are going to explore in the next video. How to actually identify research gap from the literature. If you find this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe and share it to your researcher friends. See you in the next video.